And what did you make of the young Indian talent that you've seen?
Oh, there's plenty of it there, but 90% of your Indian players are lazy.
This is Andrew Symonds, just 2 years after the Monkeygate Scandal, talking about Indians. Today's story is going to be a very unique journey, which will start with the Monkeygate Scandal and will end on this video, a video that was taken when Andrew Symonds had lost everything, his career, his position and his reputation. Today, let's understand the journey of a broken man. It is 2008. Andrew Symonds has just reported Harbhajan Singh for calling him a monkey, and match referee Mike Proctor has handed Bhaji a 3-match ban as a punishment. This is in effect calling Bhaji a criminal and Tendulkar a liar. Symonds, with the backing of his captain Ponting, along with most of his team and board, has won the fight. But this is much more than a simple victory for Symonds. This is a validation of his way of cricket. The way that had made him, an England-born Australian, to refuse an invitation to play in England at the mere age of 19. The way that was the hope of his parents for a boy whom they had adopted at just 6 weeks old.
I've realised how lucky I am to have the parents that gave me the opportunities. Like, they made huge sacrifices in their own careers to get me and my brother and sister into environments where we could pursue our dreams. The only reason I played for Australia is because they did that. And
then one day, when his dreams did come true, he went on to create his own personal style of cricket, modelled after Australian greats.
When I first played, I played in a pretty uncompromising era. I played with a lot of the old-fashioned cricketers, and that sort of rubbed off on me. When I first played, I used to get the beer out of the fridge and bring it to the senior players and that sort of thing. And I tell the young players that now and they don't believe me, but that was how it was. And the way that they played in the middle was uncompromising. If someone was hurt, that was a weakness to the opposition, and that's where you went in both feet. That was one of my roles in the side as well. Myself and Matty Hayden sometimes would gang up on someone, a way of trying to get another wicket or intimidate someone or put something in their mind for the rest of the series or something like that. There was always a meaning to it. There was always a reason for it.
This was the Andrew Symonds way. Always giving it your all, never compromising and never stopping. For whom the game was all that mattered, and winning came above everything else. Today, him and everything that he stood for had been brought under attack, and all of his people had stood by him in support. His style of cricket had won, and then everything came crashing down. BCCI filed an appeal against the judgment, and the appeals commissioner John Hanson cancelled the test ban on Harbhajan. Then, as if to make a point, he criticised Symonds for swearing at Harbhajan after Bhaji did a friendly gesture towards Brett Lee. Now I'm going to be absolutely clear about this. Harbhajan, Sachin and most of senior Indian players have come out and clarified. Bhaji was saying maki and not monkey. Everything that followed was nothing more than a misunderstanding that had been blown out of proportion. But for Symonds, at that moment, any sort of explanation was nothing more than a cover-up. He truly believed in what he had heard. Hence, the verdict had been a slap. A slap that was turned into a stab when he started hearing rumours. His own board was throwing him under the bus. The grapevine was Australian Cricketing Board had bowed down to the BCCI pressure, and now they were blaming Symonds for putting them in an embarrassing position. In Symonds' eyes, this was betrayal. His team, his people had gone to war for him. They had even won, but all of it was just thrown away. He and his teammates had been humiliated in front of the world. His way trampled on the ground. His trust gone up in smoke. All while being unable to do anything about it. He finally broke down. Nothing mattered to him anymore. Not his career, not his future, not his cricket. He had lost everything. So he decided to lose himself too in a bottle of alcohol. Days after days, week after weeks, he kept on trying to dull out everything. Till one day, when he got a call, he was being invited to play in the Indian Premier League. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being disgraced by your enemy and then being asked to go and play for them? Can you imagine the humiliation? He nearly reflexively said no, but then he heard the news. Most of his teammates had agreed. For a few weeks of work, IPL was willing to give them a minimum payment that was equivalent to their total annual payment in Australia. That's not even counting the extra money that they could get from the auction. His board, his team, even some of his friends had said yes. So, why should he hold on to his principles? He went and said yes. And within 2 days, he had his answer. He had been auctioned for 5.4 crores. The highest amount that year for an overseas player. The country that just a month back was deriding and insulting him. Today, they were willing to pay him through the roof to see his cricket. A nation that had gone to war against him was now going to cheer for him. That year, even though he just played in 4 matches, the thundering applause that he got as soon as he walked onto pitch caused even him to be shocked in disbelief. This adulation, this applause, was only and only because his talent was recognized here. His achievements admired, his love for cricket respected. For this was a nation that loved cricket in all its forms, in all its glory. That year, in spite of his team coming in last, he was okay. Still not speaking much, mind you, but mixing along with Indian youngsters. He was more than happy to provide a helping hand. He was doing fine. But the hurt, it hadn't gone away. The pain still remained. And as he went back to play for his country, it started coming to the surface. 30th August 2008, he would be sent back home from Bangladesh for missing a compulsory team meeting. He had gone fishing instead. Stand-in captain Michael Clarke, a long-time friend of Symonds, mind you, went on to say their main concern was Andrew's commitment. His efforts called into question, Symonds quickly jibed back. It's funny what money can do to people. My friend is now jealous of my IPL money. Either ways, Symonds' punishment would go on for 2 months, but even after returning, first he would get into a pub brawl in Brisbane. And then, while being completely intoxicated, he would go on to call the New Zealand cricketer Brendan McCullum a piece of in an actual interview. This, the third offence in just 7 months. It would result in a $4,000 fine, instructions to work with a psychologist, and being indefinitely banned until he was deemed to have been successfully rehabilitated. The last line meant he would not appear in the series against New Zealand and South Africa. And though he would be called against the ODI series in Pakistan, he would be dropped from the 2009 Ashes. This was an indignation, and Symonds responded by going to the IPL, scoring 249 runs in just 8 matches. And then in the finals, hitting a hard-fought 33, taking 2 wickets and winning the IPL that year. He had put his board on notice. I am good enough. The board responded by including his name in the upcoming T20 World Cup. A World Cup for which the entire Australian delegation flew to England, with Symonds returning back within a week of his departure. He had been sent home for getting drunk and creating a scene in an official dinner. This was the last straw. As Symonds was being put on a plane, it wasn't Clarke who came out to talk to the press this time. It was Rickey Ponting, the same Ponting that had stood by him during the Monkeygate fiasco, who had even gone on to publicly criticize his own board for the way they treated Symonds, who 10 years back had fought with his entire cricket board to get Symonds to debut on his team. That Ponting today said he's let himself down, he's let his teammates down, and he has let Cricket Australia down.
There was politics, there was rules that had been broken, there was side contracts, there was lots of other things involved, and that whole sort of feeling in that side was changing compared to what I was used to. I was finding it difficult to enjoy myself in that environment, which was leading me to drink and then not make sensible decisions. I was probably, the bearings were starting to wear in the wheels, you know. There was a wheel going to fly off at some point, and it did. But it got to the point where I didn't want to be in the side.
And that was it. Despite being guaranteed another chance if he behaved, Symonds was done. He was done with Cricket Australia. He didn't even bother announcing his retirement. He just got up, went to his home in the Australian outbacks, and disappeared for a total of 6 months. Because in spite of how the world saw him now, His struggle had taught him a few things. For the last 2 years, while playing for the Deccan Chargers, while forcing youngsters to hit the gym after practice, working on their fitness, even forcefully taking away their newspapers at airports so that they would talk to each other, he had reaffirmed a simple fact. His way of cricket wasn't wrong. His giving everything, never compromising anything to win playstyle, could still achieve results. With the IPL trophy replica sitting in his drawing room as proof. So he would still play. He would play his style of cricket, but not for his country anymore. For himself. For his love of cricket. And so it began. An IPL year tournament there, giving it his all each time, and each time holding himself to the highest of standards. And while doing his best, holding everyone around him to his standard too. And so came the statement.
90% of your Indian players are lazy. You just look at them as physical specimens and you think, terrific talent, but not fit enough, not strong enough. And that's just laziness. You know, they're not physical, they're not very physical, they're not aggressive people, they're not physical people. But I'm talking about in your attitude towards your training, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get up early this morning and I'm going to go to the gym, all right, and you know, before training, or I'm going to go to the gym after training. But you know, if I took it to that next level, I think you'd see some amazing changes and maybe even a dominance in world cricket.
And this is how I choose to remember Andrew Symonds. Someone passionate, someone flawed, who was willing to give nothing, take nothing, speak little, but do the needful, and the happiest when roaming about the outbacks of Australia with his friends and family.
You know, the older I got, the more homesick I used to get. I get homesick now being away from home. Only takes me a few days. You know, in my spare time I was always up in the north on the farm with my mates, you know, and we'd have weeks and weeks of fun and, you know, just being away from everyone. No one can get me on the telephone. There's only there's 2 telephone numbers that people can get me on there, and they're both house numbers, and I'm never in the house, so I'm free as a bird. I look at the TV or I see something on the back of a newspaper and I don't want to be there anymore, you know what I mean? I don't get that, I wish I was there feeling. I really enjoy being at home, like, and being with my mates and my family. It's been something I haven't had for, you know, a good part of my life. And you know, I've had some choices, but now I'm happy.
Andrew Symonds, a principled man who, despite being broken, found happiness. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching.